plane's going to Miami.
Before I begin, because as you can tell in my bar, we have a lot of news to get through, and I'm going to try to do it in one stream while drinking a Pepsi. But before I say anything, I am extremely upset by this administration because what I'm going to show you evidence that this was nothing, this shouldn't have not even happened, like the Reese shooting. This should have never happened. And what the administration is trying to do is trying to pull the wool over your eyes and saying that he was an evil villain. He was not, okay? They're trying to spin it as, like, the agents defend himself. The agents were the ones who are the murderers in this situation here. And this has every identical proof that these ICE agents are ridiculous. Why are we picking on Minnesota? I have no flippin' idea. Why are we killing people? I have no frickin' idea. This makes no sense to me whatsoever, because I had to go through all my information just to make sure I got things straight here. So, what you see right now, I don't know if I'm gonna click this. Can I click the picture here? This is the nurse that died in the Minnesota shooting, the third one. His name is Alex Petti, and he is a nurse to help veterans. He was the one who died in this situation today. This is a good picture of him, okay? And we'll be using, June Carlos Poblano. This is his following right here. This is where I'm getting my source from right here. So basically, his name in the U.S. citizen murder of a dictator of Donald Trump recording ICE thugs with his cell phone. So what we have here is this man right here, the one circled, is holding a phone. And what happened is that he was in the streets trying to help out protesters against the ICE agent. And I will try. I don't know if I have the video of it. I'm pretty sure I do if I went through all my information. But from what I understand, he did nothing. All he was doing was trying to help the protesters stay back from ICE or something. And then this completely took a 180 turn, and that led to his death. Because if you look at the video, you can tell, like, so he has so the problem is what I'm having is, like, he has a gun, right? His gun is in his holster, it is locked up, and everything is in his holster. He has his phone in his left or right hand, and then he has his hand up in the air to show that he is unarmed and he is just trying to help the protesters. You cannot tell me he didn't signal that out. Like, that, he was signaling out crystal clear. Like, even an old person living in the 1980s, living 90 years old, could see that. And if there was any incident that this man had to pull out the gun, there is a good 4 to 5 seconds you would see him pull out the holster and pull out the gun, right? But that's not what happened here, okay? I just want to state that, like, if there was any information that you were scared for your life, you would still have a good 5 seconds that these police officers need to know what to do before he pulls it out. But that's not the thing. He never pulls out the gun. That's what they were saying on the newscast on frickin' Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and the Homeland Security. Like, that's what they were saying, and it's utterly ridiculous. So, here we go. J.D. Vance responded to the Donald Trump tweet about what just happened here. When I visit Minnesota, what the ICE agents wanted more than anything was work with the local law enforcement so the situation on the ground did not get out of hand. The local leaders of Minnesota have so far refused to answer those requests. Well, you can't blame them. Like we never wanted ICE in the city in the first place. And secondly, I don't think the governor asked ICE to even come in the first place, because I think that's their right to, like, the government literally, if I'm not mistaken, the government has to request some of this stuff, like national, like, military people, National Guards. He has to request that before they come down here, and he never requests that. Donald Trump just put him in Minnesota, first of all. I just want to put that out there. But anyway, Donald Trump made a statement today, and it's a long one. And here is the image of the gun that he used. It was semi-auto, apparently. And when I say use, he never touched it, by the way. He never touched this gun through this whole ordeal. But this is what Donald Trump said about the shooting. This is the gunman loaded with 2 additional full mags and ready to go. Notice how he said gunman. This was not a gunman. This was someone who was legally has the documents, our Second Amendment right over here. He was not shooting at anyone. I don't think he even touched the gun. I don't know if you've been seeing the videos, but I don't think that person, the person who got shot and killed, once shot the gun or pulled the gun out. I don't know that's what I'm seeing. But anyway, and ready to go. What is this all about? Where are the local police? Why weren't they allowed to protect the ICE officers? What about U.S. citizens' right to protect them? Like, we need the officers in the local area to defend the protesters also, not just your ICE agents. Because, I don't know, like, maybe I hope some of you ICE people in Minnesota, ICE police officers, local, would just, like, wake up and, like, rattle your heads around and understand that this is a big matter. The mayor of the government calls them off in the state that many of these police officers were not allowed to do their jobs. The ICE had to protect themselves, and they did not protect themselves. They were just, let me tell you this is not protection. There was never protection, because there was never a threat to begin with. Not an easy thing to do. Why do Omar's have $30 million in her account, and where do the tens of billions of dollars have stolen from the once great city of Minnesota? So once again, he's going off track from the shooting and talking about something else. Again, what do I know? We are there because of the massive monetary fraud with $1 billion and missing and illegal criminals that were allowed to infiltrate the state through the Democrat open border policy. Once again, there was not an open border policy. There could have been less restrictions or more restrictions, regardless of whoever's party was intended in this. Also, by the way, we want to make the money back, and we want to make it now. Those fraudsters who stole the money are going to jail, where they belong. This is no different from the real big bank robberies, much of which we're witnessing in a cover-up for this theft and fraud. The mayor and the government are insurrection, and they're pomposous, dangerous, and arrogant radical inside. This sanctimonious, whatever word that is, political fool should be looking for $1 billion that have been stolen from the people of Minnesota and the United States, letting our ICE patriots doing their job, 12 illegal alien and criminals, many of them violent, have been arrested and taken out of Minnesota. If they were still there, you would see some far worse than you are witnessing today. Now, basically, he is deflecting everything, basically, because he is explaining why ICE agents are there. And for some odd reason, he is putting the man that we just killed as a dangerous, fraudulent person that stole money. He was just a U.S. citizen he's a nurse who helps veterans. How is that freaking fraudulent? How is that taking money? This has nothing to do with the situation that was going on. He's just explaining why ICE is there, and you're just pointing at everyone as illegal alien criminals. There's nothing to suggest of why you thought this was a good idea. I have no idea. I can't even fathom why he would write this. Apparently he needed everyone to refresh her of why ICE is there in the first place. And to be honest, I don't understand why ICE is still even there in the first place. And I don't think he was interrupting an ICE investigation also, the guy who died, Alex Petti. I didn't see that in the video here. So, I don't know what you two crackheads are on right now, but this is ridiculous. We can't even get a straight answer. It's always going to be something that they're going to put something in the air, like the Epstein files, and then they're going to cover up something that they're going to do dirty works behind the scenes, and then eventually it comes out on the news, and it's just the most horrible thing ever, like the Venezuela thing. They were going to invade Venezuela, and it was in December, and they kept that a secret, and they were using the Epstein files as a cover-up to not see anything. This is what they're doing right now. They're trying to cover up and try to say that they are on the side of ICE and they want to explain to us why ICE is in Minnesota, and it's ridiculous. So I'm going to show you a video of what happens here, okay? So, I don't know if I can make this bigger. Okay, so here's what happened here. I'm going to stop this at a minute, because after a minute, that's when the shooting starts, and I don't want to get any trouble with this or anything. So, this is Alex Petti right here, okay? This is him screaming his whistle and all that. These two right here were confronted by the ICE officer protesting in their legal rights. Okay. So he's trying to pull the people, he's trying to get their attention and try to pull them back over here from the ICE agents. Because you know what happens when you protest against the ICE agents. They're going to either pepper spray you or tear bomb you. So the guy was showing that he has his phone out right here and holding his hand, he's showing that he is no threat. He's trying to get the two ladies to come over to his side, okay? That's what you're seeing first off right now. And the lady who is recording this, I'm going to show you a picture of her, because this is the lady in the pink shirt that's recording this in a third-person view. As you can tell, that's her pink thing right there, but I'll show you the lady who was recording this in third person. So as you can see, he's right there trying to get the ladies' attention still, trying to pull them back from the ICE agents, because you know what's going to happen if you provoke ICE agents, and he was worried about their safety. And you can see right here that his hand is up. He has his phone out. He's not even near where his gun is. And by the way, he's just using his Second Amendment right here because they're claiming that this person did not legally have a firearm, which he did. He had the legal documents and everything for a firearm, and that's in his Second Amendment right over here. So then it gets physical over here with these two right here, and he's trying to help out a little bit over here, trying to calm the escalation down. There's a lot of things wrong with ICE, sweetie. So then this is where it gets interesting. The ICE agent pushed the innocent bystander who was promoting the first right over here. Okay? And that was a no-no for Alex. Alex did not like that. And he was trying to protect these two. Not once did he go for the gun in his right pocket or anything. I don't think the ICE agents were aware of it at the time, but there was no gun right there. Or if they were trying to pull him down at the time being to hold him down to get rid of the gun here. So, as you can tell, here we go. The ICE agent's on the person right here, pepper spraying and everything, trying to get the protesters and everything. He's right there, and then the two ICE agents are going to come on in here and wrestle this guy to the ground here. Now, you see this man right here, the one in the gray. The gray shirt right there, yeah, that's him, the gray shirt guy right there. He is going to come on in here. You watch him. He's going to come on in here. He's going to try to go to the man and try to get to the gun hoister over here. Okay. The man right here is right here. This is the perfect image. He's trying to get to the gun hoister. The man is pinned down, and these people are punching him. The butt of the gun is being hit on him. 3 officers on top of him, holding him down. Now, he can't reach for the gun, because he would never intended to pull out the gun or anything. But the guy in the gray shirt over here, I think it was this one or this one, he was on the gun. He was on the gun, so he was trying to disarm him. He was trying to disarm him right here. Okay? He was trying to disarm him. See, okay, so he disarms him right here, and he runs to the ICE agent holding the gun. And let me tell you, the one in the gray is an ICE agent, okay? The one in the gray, he pulls the gun out of the hoister, he unlocks the hoister and pulls it out of Alex's hand, Alex's hoister, okay? He's running outward, showing the ICE officers that he has unarmed Alex for whatever reason. And the guy, and the ICE agent just says, gun, and then shoots 3 times. That's what happened. The guy in the gray, who was an ICE agent, comes on in, pulls the gun out of the weapon. By the way, he can't even get to the gun. He's pinned down. 3 guys there. He's holding him down as 2 other ICE agents are just wailing the shit out of him. And then the one in the gray goes to the hoister. He pulls out the gun. He unlocks the hoister, pulls it out, and shows the ICE agent. I know it's hard to see in this angle, but he shows to the ICE agent, the one that's going to shoot him, hey, I just armed him and everything. And unfortunately, he just says gun and then shoots 3 times right at the direction of Alex. And I'm just like, did you not see we just disarmed him? And then you're also assaulting him, by the way, also. And you had no probable cause whatsoever to go get him. Like, I don't know, like, I figure, like, you need to have probable cause before you start, like, going into him, tackling him, or anything. Because I didn't see anything concerning where, like, you needed to be in this situation. All he was doing was trying to protect the protesters. That's all I see. In the beginning of the video, you just saw that he was trying to get the protesters' attention by holding the phone on the left side and moving his hand on the other. There's no touching the gun or anything. There's none of that crap. There's none of it. And this is the result of him trying to protect the protesters. And unfortunately, he is pinned down, beaten by the butt of the gun and fist, and then the guy shoots him 3 times. That is utterly disrespectful. That is utterly disgusting. So now we're going to go over to some people who have some things to say about this incident. One of them being AOC, just completing a went-off Trump murderer of Alex Petti. Donald Trump is accusing a veteran affair, an ICU nurse, by the way, as being a terrorist against the United States, a man who was treating service members in our country who was dedicated to the life and service of America, whose final act on earth was helping a woman push to the ground, and they were calling him a domestic terrorist. By the way, he is not a domestic terrorist. He was well within his rights. He was not on the line or anything. He did what he was supposed to do. He didn't have to do it, but he did it just to keep that woman safe and everything. In order to defend the gross abuse power of the absolute breaching of the law and order of this precious participating greater conflict. And we're going to be using Ed Krasistan's video over here. So his link is over on the right side. So here we go. I'm going to play this one for you.
Donald Trump accusing a Veterans Affairs ICU nurse as being a terrorist against the United States. A man who was treating service members to our country, veterans, service members to our country, who was dedicating his life to serving Americans, who in his final act on this earth was helping a woman push to the ground. And they are calling him a domestic terrorist. In order to defend their gross abuse of power, their absolute breaching of the law, and in order to also precipitate greater conflict.
It's utterly ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Like, I don't even know why domestic terrorism would be in their vocabulary right now for this instant. But unfortunately, I can't tell what this administration's doing. Like, I don't know, like, what kind of drugs they're sniffing right now. Because you took an oath that you were going to make America great again. I don't think you're doing that, honestly. I mean, we're going to shoot Americans, I guess, now. And I'm sorry. I'm just really, like, baffled here. And I'm just amazed that they're going to try to turn this. It's ridiculous. So, now we are going to listen to the mayor of, once again, by the way, the mayor has talked about Reese Good. Now we're going to talk about Alex Petti. I don't know why I keep saying Petti over here. So, here we go right now on the scene here. This is the mayor of the city of Minneapolis going to speak out about the shooting over here.
This is not a partisan issue. This is an American issue. This administration and everyone involved in this operation should be reflecting. They should be reflecting right now and asking themselves,
They're not.
what exactly are you accomplishing?
They won't do it.
If the goal was to achieve peace and safety, this is doing exactly the opposite.
Yeah, I know, they failed, but what are they gonna do? They're gonna think they're gonna win.
Calm and prosperity. This is doing exactly the opposite. Are you standing up for American families right now?
Nope.
Or are we tearing them apart?
That word.
The invasion of these heavily armed masked agents roaming around on our streets of Minneapolis, emboldened with a sense of impunity, it has to end. This is not how it has to be. So, to President Trump, this is a moment to act like a leader.
He's not going to. Well, he's not. I'm sorry. Like, believe me, we want to give him the sane pill here, but let me tell you that ain't gonna be happening with this individual. I mean, good luck, but I'm not gonna bet my heart on this one.
Put Minneapolis, put America first in this moment. Let's achieve.
He's not.
This. Let's end this operation.
He's more focused on Greenland than his own people.
And I'm our city will come back. Safety will be restored. We're asking for you to take action now to remove these federal agents.
And what are we asked to do? We have to record it, unfortunately. And this is what I also predicted. I predicted this in 2026. There is going to be a civil war breaking out right now against federal police officer, ICE agents, against protesters. And I predicted this, by the way, on the beginning of the year. So I'm sad to see that it's coming true here. And it's a very sad thing.